Good morning, everybody. This is Steve at the Worley Bugger. It is the 4th month and the 5th day of 2024. I'm here at the Lower Bridge in the Farmlands at Rinehart Park. You can see the river is in much better fishing shape below the Teanaway today than what it was earlier in the week. We've been getting lots of rainfall, snow in the upper county yesterday in Clay Ellum for about 3 hours. So still a wild spring that we're having here. But you know, it did escalate flows below the Teanaway quite a bit earlier in the week. Was out with Steve-O on Wednesday and we floated from here down to Ringer Road. And the fishing was okay, but you know, we did deal with some adverse conditions for sure. By the end of the day, the river was in a lot better condition than when we started, but it's just the way spring fishing goes. Sometimes it can be really erratic, you know. So that's you know why we always preach, you know, watch the river flows, watch the gauges, learn how to read those, you know, so you can learn more about the river and how it operates, especially in the spring. So we got a few more days of weather coming in here. It looks like maybe over the weekend, but according to the graphs, the river's going to continue to recede and drop off. And then it looks like some warmer temps next week. So earlier in the week on Tuesday, I mean, we had almost 80-degree temperatures here. So, you know, when we get combinations of that along with rainfall, you know, the next day, that's, you know, that's gonna liquefy that snow and bring it down pretty quickly. But still big temperature swings, you know, cold nights, you know, sometimes warm days, sometimes cold days. So it's just spring, you know. It's really a great time, like we've been telling you the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's a great time to come out on the river. And, you know, you're going to see really good quality fish. Some days you're going to see more. It's just fishing, you know. Even the best guide in the world can't control what a wild trout is doing, you know. So keep that in mind. You know, a lot of times folks are under the impression that, you know, if you go with a guide, you're going to catch a lot of fish, but typically you should catch more fish than what you would on your own. But remember, you know, the guide can only do so much for you. He can put you on the water, give you the right fly, show you how to do it, but in the end, it's the person. It's the Indian, not the arrow. Boy, somebody lost their gear up there in the tree. They really overshot it. Still those spring bugs going on. I mean, with that warm day that we had on Tuesday, it just drove lots and lots of squallows to the water. So, you know, that fishing's going to continue. You know, over the next week and a half, we'll still have squallows. The March browns are starting to come on, getting better and better every day, especially as the river drops. And then, you know, these cold, windy, overcast days, and blue wings just thrive in that. They just love it. There's even a few caddis around too now. So here's what I was saying earlier, that warm day. Got them granum caddis. Got one here in my truck. It's just dying to get out, which is early for sure to see caddis. Sometimes, you know, by the end of April we start seeing them, but I'm sure probably that warm day that we had where it was 80 degrees probably was enough to get a few of them hatching. I floated in here the other day. I mean, you know, the river was up considerably, running about 3,500 cubic feet. So as compared to 400, last fall. So at 400 there, there was a lot of blockages, and portages that you had to do. But at high flows, of course, a lot of that stuff is, buried underwater. So, as of right now, no river blockages between Rinehart and Ringer. It's all wide open. Still lots of snags and root wads and, other structures in the river that you have to be aware of. Upper river too is, good to go, cleared. Of course, below state, you always have to be careful there. That's a major, major issue. Always is a big log pile below the boat launch there, so it's good to take that right-hand channel. But spring fishing continues. Still getting, really good reports from the basin lakes too. Chironomid fishing, going strong over there. People that don't like that, drag around a woolly bugger or a leech in any of the lakes. But the only one that I've kind of heard poor reports on is Dry Falls, and that one is kind of a head scratcher for a lot of people because it's so deep. Trying to find fish in 30 or 50 feet of water with a chironomid sometimes can be difficult if you're not a really well experienced lake fisherman. So I have been getting kind of obscure reports from there. That's about the only one, really. Other than that, everything's good to go, looking good. Everybody have a great weekend. Buckle down, get your flies all tied up, start tarting your March Browns and your blue wings. You're gonna need them for, the next 4.5-5 weeks. And then you'll start seeing some salmon flies probably towards the end of the month. So looking forward to that. But nice days on the river for sure. Appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate everybody watching. All your comments. Greatly, greatly appreciated. So until next week, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Hope you're going to get out and do some fishing.